What's going to happen is there's not a set number of that I know of tests we can do. I had one gentleman that gave me 13 tests, and he finally got a good test. When you get a good test, the machine will tell you good test. At that point, the patient is done. At this point, what you have to do is initiate the printing procedures to print this out onto the printer.
Okay. And at this point, it's imperative that you make sure that the computer is firmly seated with the contacts on the back against the contacts on the base unit. So you make sure it's seated well and push in so that it snaps into place.
At this point, what you want to do is you want to take a piece of paper. We now have paper with our letterhead on it. You want to secure it into the printer, and you want to roll this up so it catches. Now, if the machine is going to do this, you still want to roll it up a little bit farther, so to make sure that you get everything on there. As a rule of thumb, you want to make sure the paper is at least to the top ridge there, and then at that point you should be fine.
Okay, here are the buttons on the printer, and you always have to hit that very first button, the leftmost button. So basically push this button.
Yes.
And if you can see, I'm not sure, but the select part has now lit too. So the printer is ready to go when SEL is lit up above the button and power lit up below the button. And the rest of the point, the PFT machine will guide you through what you need to do. So you see the reading 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to have to coach people to go, at least get them to 10 seconds. It's performing, and there it says good test, and it's test number 1.
And keep in mind that took about 13 seconds. I thought I was going to pass out. You're going to have people turning red in the face. Tell them, even if they think they're not giving out air, they actually. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit print send.
Okay, print send, and now it gives you the options, as Tim talked about. 1 being the last job, 2 being the best, and 3 is what? Does it give you all of them?
It gives you all the displays.
We always want to print just the best test, option 2. Hit 2, and then hit enter. And now it's going to ask you print. You're going to print the current patient, which is option 2.
Mm-hmm.
And hit enter. And now it says sending data. Remember, on the printer you have to get that leftmost button pressed, otherwise the information does not get sent. Tim's expiration, I'm not sure if you can see the line, but shows exactly how it's supposed to. Let's see, you can see in 1 second almost all his exhalation happened, a good 90%, and usually it'll even be higher. And you can see how much it trailed off with almost nothing for the remainder of the time, but it's important that that be recorded. That shows the normal lung function.
And I'm not
Error.
Just,
Okay, grasshoppers, go forward and do your task.
Patient will put in their mouth. Let them take it out of a sealed wrapper so they know it's new.
Also remember that the machine has to be calibrated before every test. Now, the exception to that rule is if you've got multiple people coming in scheduled for that same day, then you only have to calibrate it 1 time. But if you calibrate the machine, you do a test, someone comes in the very next day, that machine has to be recalibrated.